We've talked about establishing your presence through consistent communication, designated touch points, and being available for your students. Now I want to focus on one of the most concrete ways we demonstrate our commitment to student success: transparent and timely grading. We all know that grading is not the most enjoyable part of our jobs, but when we think about what students need to succeed in an asynchronous environment, knowing where they stand academically is absolutely essential. Here's the thing: in a traditional face-to-face class, students get constant informal feedback. They can read our facial expressions during discussions. They sense whether they're on the right track, and they can pop by our office if they're worried about their performance. In an asynchronous course, those informal cues disappear. The gradebook becomes their primary window into how they're doing. When assignments sit ungraded for weeks, students experience real anxiety. Am I passing? Did I understand the material? Should I be approaching the next assignment differently? That uncertainty doesn't just affect their emotional well-being, it directly impacts their ability to learn and improve. Research consistently shows that timely feedback is one of the strongest predictors of student success in online courses. Students who receive prompt grades are more likely to stay engaged, more likely to persist in the course, and more likely to improve their performance on subsequent assignments. But timely grading is only half the equation. Transparency is equally important. Students need to understand not just what grade they've received, but where they stand in the course overall and what it means for their success. This means several things. First, your gradebook should always be accurate and up to date. Students shouldn't have to email you to ask, "What's my current grade?" They should be able to check Brightspace at any time and see a true picture of their standing. You can accomplish this by turning on the option to automatically release the final grade for the class and to keep those final grades updated. Secondly, make sure your grading scheme is crystal clear from day one. If attendance is 10% of the grade, participation is 20%, and assignments make up the rest, students need to know this, and your Brightspace gradebook should be set up to accurately reflect this, whether you're using a weighted grade system or a points-based system. Remember also in Brightspace that you have to turn on the option to allow students to see how the final grade was calculated. Third, consider the power of a simple progress check. A brief announcement midway through the term saying by now you should have completed X, Y, and Z, and your grade should be approximately an 80%. If you're below this, please reach out. I'm here to help you get back on track. This kind of proactive communication can make the difference between a student who quietly disappears and one who seeks help before it's too late. This sort of email could even be set up with an intelligent agent before the class begins. So how do we make this manageable? Let me offer a few strategies. Set internal deadlines for yourself. Just as students have deadlines, give yourself a grading deadline, ideally within 1 week of the assignment due date, and communicate this timeline to students. When they know to expect feedback, they're less anxious. Use rubrics. A well-designed rubric in Brightspace speeds up grading enormously and provides transparent criteria. Students know exactly what's expected and why they received the grade they did. Leverage Brightspace tools. Use the release conditions feature if you need to, but ensure that once you've graded something, students can see it immediately. Don't let grades pile up behind a locked door. Batch your grading if it helps you maintain consistency. Some instructors find it effective to set aside specific times each week dedicated to grading, rather than letting it become an ongoing source of stress. Most importantly, if you're going to be delayed, life happens to all of us, communicate with your students. A brief announcement saying, "I know you're waiting for feedback on assignment 3. I'll have grades posted by Friday," goes a long way toward maintaining trust and presence. Remember, in an asynchronous course, your presence isn't about being available 24/7. It's about being consistent, predictable, and responsive. Timely, transparent grading tells students, "I see you. I'm engaged with your work. I'm invested in your success. That's the kind of presence that helps students persist and thrive.